Each week, we pick one specific Metro Atlanta neighborhood to call out critical changes in the market over the last few years to help you understand as a homeowner if you might have a particular advantage if you're selling a home in that neighborhood. Bridgetowne, for those of you who are not familiar, if you were on 400 North, you would exit at Brownsbridge Road. You'd head west onto Browns Bridge. The neighborhood is on the left, fairly easy to get to. And there are about 770 homes in the neighborhood, so it's a gigantic neighborhood. Now, that's not actually that big of a neighborhood for Texas. I mean, I think you've got some neighborhoods that have 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 homes. I'm sure there are some, but I would say your biggest neighborhoods in Atlanta get up to around 1,000 homes. And the one thing about Texas, you can just keep building forever because it's flat as a freaking board as far as you can see, and you put up one house after another. Here, got to stay away from the creeks, and you can't build on the top of the hills and all that kind of stuff. But let's look at it here. In 2019, there were 60 homes sold. In that year, they took 44 days. Tammie, from the time they were listed to the time they went under contract, the average sales price was $262,000. And one of the things that I like to point out, and sometimes people don't ask me, why do you give the sales price to list price ratio? Because it shows the health of the market. So 2 years ago, 2019, the average home had to have a 2.2% price reduction in order to go under contract. So it was 97.8%. In 2020, there were 49 homes, 11 less than the 60 homes sold in 2019 that sold, listen to this, not in 44 days, but in 14 days on average. And the sales price went up $20,000 on average from $262,000 to $281,000 in 1 year. List price to sales price ratio 99.6%, which means they didn't have to discount 2.2%. They only had to discount 0.4%. And let's look at year-to-date in 2021. Are you interested?
Yes.
Do you think the market's gotten better?
Yes.
Way better?
Can I make a guess?
I'd love for you to make a guess. That would be fun.
8%.
8%.
Over list price.
There were 48 homes sold year-to-date, and that's through about a week ago. They took not 14 days, not 44 days, 7 days to go under contract. Average sales price increased $70,000 year over year.
Wow.
The average sales price in that neighborhood increased 25% year over year. That's really amazing. Sales price to list price ratio, it wasn't 8%, but the average home sold for 3.5% more than it was listed for. So the sales price to list price ratio is 103.5. Right now, there are 2 homes listed on the market in Bridgetowne, which means you have 0.46 months worth of supply. Average list price is $412,000. So remember, average sales price $352,000, average list price $412,000. So they're trying to continue to push the average sales prices up in that market. And what that means, if you have 0.46 months worth of inventory, is that it is not only a seller's market, it is a screaming seller's market. In the last 365 days, you've had 52 homes that have sold in that neighborhood. You only have 2, which means there is, if you look at it, 52 homes sold in 52 weeks. That's 1 per week. So if you look at it and said you had 2, then it would take you basically 2 weeks. So there is less than 2 weeks worth of inventory. 770 homes in the neighborhood. I have to point this out. The low sales price, average sales price during the recession in this particular neighborhood in Bridgetowne, $134,452. Wow. $134,452 today, $352,986, which means those 770 homeowners have increased their equity in their homes in the last 10 years, $170 million. Wow. To be specific, $168,052,646. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
The elementary school is Coal Mountain, the middle school North Forsyth, the high school North Forsyth. North Forsyth High School gets a school chimp score of 88.